Welcome back, everybody. We got ourselves another Banana Slam Jamma pod. Jaren, Banana Slam Jaren. Dude, I totally left you out there. Dude, the thing is that I was imitating my own YouTube intro there, and I just like autopiloted that part. But just to make sure I shout him out.
It is basically the Banana Slam Jamma.
Yeah,
podcast.
monkeys, shut up. I'm talking. Just to make sure I mention it now and at the end, we are partnered with Prediction, so you can find them on Twitter, iTunes, Spotify. I only got the Twitter one up there, but it's there. You see it. You see how to spell it in the top right-hand corner of your screen. I do upload all these to my YouTube channel. Monkeys doesn't because he's really lazy. But you can also find like the audio versions on all of the Spotify and iTunes and all that kind of crap, if you find these to be to your liking. How you doing, monkeys? Your turn to talk finally.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty well. You know, I've been playing a good amount of Dota. I streamed for like 9 hours yesterday, so that was on the upper end of.
That's a long time if you're a little rusty too. Yeah.
Recently, yeah. But I mean, I see you're going at 7 hours 15 minutes right now. You know,
I did take a 45-minute break for dinner though.
Oh, I see. Wait, you just left your stream on for 45 minutes while you ate?
Now, it's all about milking the viewers, monkeys. Let's talk about this a little bit. So what happens is I could turn the stream off, in which case I'd have to start from scratch with viewers, or I could put them in a pub and maintain like half of them, you know, and be on my bike running ads from my phone. That's the no. I don't actually do that, but I do the part where I leave the stream on. If I think it's like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and so that's like about the duration of a game, right? So
yeah,
of course the pub I turned on lasted 17 minutes. So
what can you do though?
Yeah.
How are you doing though?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man.
Adjusting more to the.
I'm glad you got around to asking me how I'm doing, monkeys. I went out to dinner last night with Owen Sheaver and Ree, who's Sheaver's sister. It was very fun. We had
that sounds like a good time.
We had like a 6-course meal, and it was like a surprise. It's like all the courses are really small, so it adds up to be like one meal. But it was like a surprise set menu, so like you have no idea what you're getting until it's like in front of you. Yeah, it was absolutely delicious. I have some pictures. Maybe I should put those on my Instagram or some shit, but there was like a duck breast one, there was like a filet one, there was a scallop dish, there was the appetizer was like a jackfruit. You know what jackfruit? Yeah, you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
You would know what that is.
I know jackfruit.
I had like a jackfruit steamed bun. Never had that before.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a lot of little interesting things. It was pretty cool. I'm getting settled in. I've got some IKEA boxes behind me from some stuff I got shipped, and then there's some stuff they don't deliver. So Owen and Sheaver have been so nice as to offer to take me to IKEA tomorrow to go pick up some stuff because I don't have a car.
Nice.
You know, so they're coming in real clutch. Sheaver with the chair, and Sheaver and Owen with the help at IKEA. So everybody
how far away are they from you?
About a 25 to 30 minute drive, so it's not exactly convenient though, you know, like they are going out of their way.
Yeah. So. But I mean, you know, they're Dota players. It's not like they have that much going on.
I resent that.
I see you got your gaming chair though. That's good.
Yeah, that's the one from Sheaver.
Play from your home.
Yeah,
oh, really? You didn't even
get
the
because whatever happens with Liquid chairs, it's delayed. I should have another Secret Labs chair, nice and fancy with all the Liquid logo on it. But something's happened with it that is delayed. So Sheaver's literally saving my life by allowing me to have this. This chair. So I learned a lesson today, monkeys. I relearned the lesson. Some people who are already watching my stream heard this, but I woke up and I'm like, God, I just want to play Dota today. I'm not going to do all the shit that I said I was going to do in regards to like taking care of myself and all that stuff. I'm just going to go play some Dota. And of course, I'm like, I've got like a headache because I drank a lot of wine last night. and I just get tilted at the most random shit. Makes no sense, and I play horribly. I end up going 1-1, but the games are horrible. And I'm like, fine, body, I will nourish you. So I went and got some lunch from Team Liquid's facility. I went and worked out, and then obviously it's like a 30-minute bike ride back and forth or so. And then I went out. So then I came back, and I just fucking owned. I came back, and I was like, I'm feeling fresh, feeling good. So
it really does make such a difference. Like, I feel like whenever you skip like working out or just like going outside for 30 minutes or whatever, like you don't think it's really affecting you that much mentally, but like, dude, it really does. It's rough. It's rough as hell. And then like when you actually do something that isn't Dota, and then you come back, you're like, oh damn, I remember why I do other things than Dota sometimes.
yeah. These things come first, guys. If you try to take shortcuts, you're the one that pays the price. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Monkeys? Do you know what I mean?
I know, BSJ.
Yeah.
So, how are you liking the new patch? We're like, what, 2.5, 3 weeks in now?
Yeah. I feel like we've talked about Dota enough today.
What? You always say that on this podcast. I feel like we barely talk about Dota lately.
No, I'm totally trolling. No, so when I got here, I was like, I felt really rusty. I think I told you that. I really haven't strung together like a normal amount of Dota in a long time. Like more than like 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't done that ever. In a very long time. So it's been nice. I definitely was sucking. I had a Quakefa coaching session like 2 or 3 days ago.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, he just basically pointed out what seems obvious, but like when tier 1 Dota players say stuff, it just makes it like so graspable, so digestible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have been taking better care of myself in the last few days than I was, or last like 5 days than I was before. I mean, I was obviously a bit down with the whole situation we talked about. And I've won like 17 out of 25 games or something, like I'm
damn, that's great.
Consistently winning every day. So, yeah, it feels pretty good. I finally feel like my brain's functioning, like keeping up with the game, because in lower MMR games, I wasn't disciplined enough. And then higher MMR games, I was definitely slower to make decisions than everyone else on the map. So I definitely feel like I'm finally finding my groove. And that means I'm enjoying the patch more. Last week I was like, this patch sucks. Clinks, Omni Knights, Finn every fucking game. 10th pick Bat Riders, Monkeys, fucking Disciples.
10th pick Bat Rider? What in the world? Bat Rider is getting first picked in NA. It's literally,
really?
Dude, Bat Rider is actually just banned every game I'm in. Because the enemy team sees me, and I'm like, I don't want to play against Bat Rider, so I pick Bat Rider, they pick Bat Rider, it's banned. On to the next one.
I nominate Bat Rider every single game. I nominate it every fucking game. My guy, okay, so I named myself first pick carry equals I grief. Because I kept having people first pick carry. Okay, and I'm telling you, man. So in NA, if you did that, people would literally spite pick first carry, right? Like that's what they would do.
That would be their solution.
100%. If you put your name as some toxic shit, whatever your name implies, they're gonna do. Okay, so that's NA for you. Okay, but in EU, they just don't do it anymore. They just don't do it. Like last time I was here, I'm telling you, man. Last time I was here, my name was. I wanted to play 1 or 3, and I was ranked like 300 EU, and people that were ranked 900 just kept taking 1 and 3, and I'm like, guys, let me play one of these. So I changed my name to 1, 3, or Pudge for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I got 1 or 3 every single game, but 1 or 2. And since I've named myself first pick carry equals I grief, and my response has been to pick Pudge and then just AFK in the brain. Like I play the game. Like I don't just like walk down mid or whatever. But like I actually just.
But you're not super try hard. You're not like making calls. You're not.
No,
you know.
I'm not. I'm literally throwing out hooks and sometimes hooking somebody into me who then kills me. Jenkins is what they call it. So, but it's working. It's fucking working, dude. Because the few times I've had to do it, I enjoy the game, win or lose, because I'm fucking Pudge, and then the people just stop doing it. I've had people ask me, like, what is griefing? Like, what is that? But they take the threats seriously, man. They take the threats. They take the threats seriously. So, Yeah, my strat has evolved. I go Tranquil, Soul Ring, Midas. Don't buy wards. That's not the strategy.
Of course not.
Yeah, 5 position pudge. I'm a Morana hooking creeps, and occasionally I will hook a hero into a tower after about 8 or 9 attempts. So that's been my philosophy. But how are you enjoying the patch monkeys after my short spiel there?
I I have been enjoying it quite a bit. I mean, like, micro heroes are probably my favorite part about Dota. Like, I truly just love micro heroes, and
And
I
you have
feel
seen a
like
therapist for this, yes.
and, and this patch is just like you know, I personally believe it's a pretty zoo-esque patch. You know, I've been having well, actually, I kind of lost a lot with Brewmaster yesterday. I just wasn't feeling well yesterday. I went like 2-5 or 3-5 or something. So it was an unforced. I mean, it's not that bad, you know. 3-5. What can you do? But
Yeah,
like,
honestly, if you have a bad day and you go like -2, -3, that's like okay,
and
recoverable.
but like, yeah, you know, I'm just having a lot of fun. You know, I'm playing Fear. I mean, I know no one else is really playing Furion right now, but I'm playing Furion, having decent success with it. Playing Brewmaster, playing Bat. Like, you know, all the heroes that I just love are definitely like playable right now. Whereas the last patch, a lot of the heroes that I genuinely just enjoyed playing, like you could maybe temp pick them occasionally if it was like a perfect game for it.
Like
But
Mars,
now,
you're one of your favorites.
oh my god, I'm so glad I don't have to play that fucking hero. I mean, I know like some people are still playing it, but that's because they enjoy the hero. Like I don't think
Yeah.
it's because Mars is like that good right now.
No, he's definitely weak, I think.
But but yeah, you know, I'm just hell, even Pango, you know, I enjoy Pango quite a lot, and I feel like Pango's a lot more viable this patch with the slow on the W. So you know, just a lot of heroes that you know
You're
I
enjoying
really
getting
do
to
enjoy.
play some of your old classics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, what would have really made it perfect to me is like Omni Knight or a Baden becoming meta again in the off lane because I love those heroes as off laners like so much. I love it when I'm a save hero. Like that's one of my favorite things because I'm just like, yep, I'm unkillable, you're unkillable, let's get them. But you know,
I'm gonna do a quick
obviously,
excerpt.
oh, go ahead.
Monkey's Omni Knight is what BDG. That
That's
BDG.
true.
I
The the,
specifically
the, the, the
remember.
day the day after I joined your
Yeah,
team, we took down EG.
I remember specifically we kicked Jenkins, okay? And what happened was I was Venomancer safe lane because that was like a thing back then, right? And Arteezy, you had booted Arteezy out of lane on Arc Warden, and he
Yeah.
basically all ended his game to gank me at like 6 minutes into the game, okay? And I'm gonna die, and I'm just so used to just dying in this spot, and I've literally accepted my death as I'm like right clicking Arteezy and I'm gonna die, and suddenly I get Omni Knight healed because my offlaner has TP'd to my safe lane for the game turning kill, and I was like, so this is what it's like not to play with Jenkins, and then and it was literally the game winning play. It was actually the game winning play. We proceeded to win the fucking game off that because Arteezy had TP'd top, and then suddenly, like, I'm level 7.5, and he's like level 6
Yeah,
walking out of
yeah,
base on Arc
yeah.
Warden.
And my
And
game was going great too, because as he said, I remember that game too, because I remember Arteezy left lane really early, which is like really unusual for him.
yeah,
Usually
yeah,
he's the one bullying me, and like, dude, he just fucking dipped, and I was like, holy shit, Arteezy just got handled.
yeah. So you were mentioning Omni Knight in the bat and in the off lane. That was my excerpt. It's now back to you. Hand it off.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty much done speaking. You know, I just ideally, I would love to have those heroes back as a core role, but and you know, maybe a Batten is there. I've been seeing quite a few people play a Batten as like a 1/2 actually, but that could just be because Bat
The Bat
is
Rider. Yeah, I was
literally
gonna
in
say
every
it's
single
specifically
game.
Bat Rider. Yeah.
So I don't know if like Abba core is like maybe it's just Abba is more of like a carry now because you know his passive plus the Manta and everything can just be really good or whatever. Because I'm literally seeing like Echo Saber Manta on the core battens, and it's
And
just
you just
like
insta
you're
silence
just
somebody.
insta silence, and it's like holy shit, and then like and then a blink dagger later on, they just blink in insta silence kill you, and you're like, what the fuck? but uh, but yeah, you know, yeah, it's a good patch. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, I like
I
the
think it
patch
will
too.
be an entertaining TI patch. I mean, I do find it kind of silly that like Bat is this fucking good, especially because of Fey Grenade right before TI. Like, I feel like every TI that was just or Ice Rock is just like, yeah, let's just make Bat really good again for TI, and then just nerf the shit. It's like, why? Bat is in every TI.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always the staples, right? Like Earthshaker's kind of gotten buffed back into viability. I've been seeing a decent amount of
Shaker,
three
Io,
shakers,
Bat Rider, like, dude, these heroes are
gyrocopter,
all yeah, they're always in TI. Like, there hasn't been a TI that these heroes aren't meta.
Chin's
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
I've been having a decent amount of chins in EU. I don't know if they're getting picked in NA at all, but it's real. Okay, so I know you're a bit jelly. Just settle down for a second. I know you are. Because literally everyone's coming to EU right now. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Undying showed up. I think a couple more Chinese teams showed up. I
Hmm.
think by like the 15th of September, just like the entire globe is in EU. So,
Yeah.
I
Dude,
mean, I'm just stoked for the pubs.
I remember the days when TI was in Seattle, dude, when everyone would come here, NA pubs were amazing.
Yes.
Oh my god, it was so fun. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
it's but I definitely understand, at least this TI. I hope there is a future TI in Seattle or NA
I
again.
hope
Like
so
like
too.
I just it's so much easier to get to, and like NA really doesn't have any like it used to be TI was the one tournament NA got, and then everything else was everywhere else. So I definitely want to see like TI back in NA at some point, but I understand why we're in Romania for now, considering the pandemic.
Thatch. Yeah, I'm in an awkward spot. So I am traveling to London for 4 days. And I guess London and the United States are now considered very high, or UK and the United States are now
Yeah.
considered very high risk to most of the European countries.
Mhm.
So there's like a small chance. I have to like do a little bit of research on it, but there's like a small chance I wouldn't be able to get back in.
Oh, really?
But at the very least, I have to do a 5-day quarantine where I sit inside my home, and then I have to like take a test afterwards. So that's like the very
Mhm.
least. The issue is I'm supposed to have like the equivalent of a Dutch social security number by this point.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's been slower than expected. So if I have that by the time I leave, it's like no problem. I'll
Uh-huh.
I'm effectively like a citizen at that point.
Yeah.
But if I don't have that, I'm like, are they gonna let me in? Like, and if they don't
Yeah.
let me in, are they gonna like deport me to UK? Like where
Yeah,
I flew
I feel
from?
like
Like,
you would be in a really awkward situation
yeah,
if there's,
yeah. So
problems with
I'm gonna
reentry.
talk to Liquid or somebody about it because I just found out that like apparently it was like September 4th, it got changed that
Oh, really?
that these countries are considered high risk. So
Mhm.
but yeah, so COVID sucks, blows. But we've got ourselves TI. Somebody in chat has been begging us to talk about TI. I mean, for me personally, the most exciting thing about TI right now is the pubs. So I've been enjoying
Mhm.
that a lot. But I don't think we should like talk about like favorites for TI or anything. But
I
like,
I
are
mean,
you starting to
it's
get the
kind of
jitters or like, what do you think? Like,
I mean, dude, by the time TI comes around, I'm gonna be so hyped. I truly, truly am. Like anytime I watch TI, it truly motivates me like so much again to just like get back into Dota because just watching everyone literally bring their A game and like just be so hyper focused and just like yeah, even the worst teams of TI are still so good. And I feel like a lot of people like people always shit on the teams that get like bottom six or whatever at TI or whatever, but it's like come on guys, like everyone there is so good. You have to give them some credit. Like someone has to get last, no matter what. Like no, not everyone can win. So it's just like I don't know. I personally truly just appreciate all of the teams because you know you really just do see some next level Dota every single TI. I mean, there's what $40 million on the line. Every single team wants to at least get top eight because I mean top eight is dude, that's like life-changing amount of money.
So you're saying that the money might help them be motivated to try.
I mean, yes, especially
Okay.
when you consider a lot of like, well, I mean, I guess EU online tournaments aren't that bad. You know, they have 500,000, $1 million prize pools. At least the NA and like SEA tournaments, they get like $50,000 prize pools, and it's like, you know, great. I get to play for 3 weeks to a month to, and if we win, we get 4,000 apiece before
If.
taxes.
So obviously I was being a bit sarcastic, but now this brings up a topic for me is that the state of like obviously NA Dota, you know, we don't need to go like massively in depth about it, but I talked to some of the Liquid guys from CS:GO, and I basically found out, okay, so in Dota, you know, like if teams are looking for a new player, oftentimes they can look at this leaderboards. You know, they can just go look at like top 200 players and top 100
Yeah,
players, and you know that's how they found Topson and shit.
yeah.
And there's definitely like a decent system for like proving yourself. You know, like
Hmm.
you don't just fly under the radar. But in CS:GO, apparently there's like no matchmaking because it's all hacked and whatever, and then they have like an
Yeah, yeah,
FPL, and to
yeah,
get into the FPL you have to like be high ranked or something or vouched, and I'm like, how do you get vouched if nobody knows who you are, if they're all playing like,
yeah.
and I basically just found out it's like impossible to be a new pro, like almost
Oh,
impossible.
really?
It's like very like, I'm like, how do you get discovered? And they're like, that's a great, you know, that's a great question.
Mhm.
But apparently it's very similar in NA where like all the tournaments are kind of just dead. There's very little prize money or anything in NA, and like apparently Liquid's like the only top 15, 20 team left from NA that's like,
Oh, really?
that's, I mean, they came to EU for ESL, but they often come here just to scrim because like there's not enough quality opponents, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, why does NA suck, man? Like fuck. Like is it just the, when I say why do we suck, it's like I think it's just the fact that what you make from esports is not enough. Like in NA, like if
Yeah.
you're like a tier 3 player, if you're like making the same amount in SEA as you are in NA, and the money just doesn't
Yeah. The
translate,
cost
you
of
know.
living here is definitely way
It's
higher. So like you have to be successful in NA, like really successful in NA if you wanna compete. So it's like and that's not an easy feat, especially like I mean if you look at any game, like I'm not just talking about Dota specifically, but I mean in Dota obviously we have like EG Quincy and Undying now. Like you know that there's usually EG Quincy and then like +1 like good stack, you know, like really good stack. I mean, not
Yeah.
to take away anything from the other teams. It's just like I feel like that's usually what NA is like, at least in Dota. And then as you said in CS:GO, there's probably Liquid. So then everyone else is like, yeah, we probably can't beat Liquid. What's the point? So you know, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's just hard unless you're doing like streaming or something in addition, right? Because you know. Hell, I would not still be in the Dota scene if it wasn't for my stream, like at all. I would
Oh, for sure.
100%
I
be
mean,
doing something else.
yeah, I mean that was the reason why I inevitably turned to streaming originally, was that like I told myself I had to have a steady income coming out of college for me to continue to pursue this job, and the fact is,
Yeah,
being a tier 2, tier 3 Dota player just doesn't give you consistent income.
it
So
doesn't at all.
yeah, and I mean, some people were even asking me earlier, like, how do Quincy Crew pay bills? And I'm like, well, they made 150K each at TI8, TI9, or whatever, or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, I,
That's
I mean,
that's how you
basically,
pay
yeah, yeah.
bills.
The state of Dota right now for NA, and I mean, no, I mean it's mainly because the cost of living in SA and like C is definitely way lower, right?
Yeah, for
Than
sure.
NA, yeah. But I mean, basically Dota as of right now, and I've talked to a bunch of different pros, including people in like Quincy, EG. Like Dota is literally it's only viable right now if you can make it to TI. That's the only way
Yeah,
it's viable right
I
now.
mean, like 90%, 95% of the prize money is
Yeah,
in one tournament.
yeah, and almost everyone I've talked to isn't happy about that. They're like, it's actually tragic. But they also just go, Valve just doesn't give a shit. They just want to
But big
say,
numbers.
we have the biggest prize pool in all of esports. Watch us. That is Valve's entire selling point on Dota. and
Sounds
they
good to
just
me.
do not give a shit about anything else. And it is just it's so sad. Cause like I feel like Dota could just, continue to develop for years and upon years, but it's like if you're not supporting the pro scene, you're just I don't know, your game will inevitably die.
I mean, the thing though is that my only counter argument is that Dota is going up in players, and
I
the
mean,
thing
I feel like
is,
that's because TI is about to happen.
I mean,
I
that's
feel
been
like when I
happening for it's been happening for like 5 months, dude. It's been happening for like five
all
months.
right. Well,
Just
that's because
saying,
TI was announced this year.
but I also think that the fact that the content creation and streaming of Dota has actually gone way up.
Yeah, I've
Like
noticed
in
that as
terms of
well.
quality, in terms of like the last like 5 years, like if you compare the
Yeah.
quality of like YouTube access streams, like how many people are streaming, right? Like 5 years ago, I was like one of like three NA
Yeah,
streamers,
dude,
right?
that there was maybe like 3 big streamers total.
Yeah, yeah. And now there's so many more. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, you have a lot of like 500 or like 300 to 1,000 viewer streamers, right? Like,
yeah.
that's really important, I think, for like the livelihood of Dota. People don't want to only have BSJ. I mean, most people are perfectly fine with that. But no, I mean, like
Right,
the thing
guys?
is,
Right?
yeah, right? I heard everyone in chat did say right. Yeah, I'm
They,
seeing it
they,
in
they
chat
all
now.
agreed. I saw it. They,
Yeah.
they they deleted their messages low, so you you wouldn't get an ego.
Yeah, one of my mods is like not wanting to stroke my ego, so he keeps deleting all the messages. But okay, a bunch of people are saying left. Okay, fuck you guys. Okay. But yeah, no, I think the Dota scene has an amazing community, despite what a lot of people think about like the toxicity of the players. Like at the end of the day, I think the talent, like the casters, as well as like the personalities that you have in Dota, is very unique. And I
Oh,
think,
it's beautiful, man. I mean,
yeah,
like, I definitely give Valve a lot of shit, but like the fact that they give the community pretty much creative control over like what happens at tournaments and like, you know, we have Sir Action Slacks making skits for like every single major TI, whatever. You bragging about your is that a Pudge mug?
yeah, it's a little pudge mug, man.
All right. I mean, I didn't realize that at first, but that is pretty sick. I like it. I
Yeah,
I would buy that.
yeah, it was my favorite thing from TI9, but I just never had a good time to take it out, and I'm like, well, I don't really have anything to drink out of while I'm here, so
There you go, Pudge mug coming in clutch.
yeah, it's dank.
But I forget where I was going.
That's what pudge will do to you, man.
Yeah, Pudge was
Where am
just
I?
you dashing. But I don't know. Do something, BSJ. Say something.
Say something. Somebody in chat said that we need more hosts. Shiver hosting every event is getting stale. What do you think about that,
Didn't didn't
monkeys?
didn't Rick co-host with her at the Animation?
Yes, Rick did co-host the Animator.
I mean, I feel like. I mean, I guess
No,
there's
I'm actually
less
curious.
hosts now.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead and finish your point.
There's less hosts now after like the whole Red Eye thing happened. Because we mainly had what Red Eye, Shiver, Rick, and I think there was one more. Wasn't there one more?
You would have people that showed up for TI, but not really.
Yeah, I guess.
I know
I guess
Cap does a little bit of hosting now. Like he was doing half of
Yeah.
he was doing the CIS days for DPC, and then I know Tsunami's actually been stepping up as a host at a decent
Oh
amount
yeah,
of
yeah.
things. Like
I think Tsunami was who I feel like I've seen him host he was kind of like a semi-host at Annie Major too,
at
right?
the Animator,
Eh,
he was co-hosting the draft, or he was hosting the draft panel.
yeah. The draft panel, that was it. Um,
Yeah,
but
and
I mean,
also
I
Grand
don't
was
know.
becoming Grand was
Oh
being the
yeah,
host
yeah.
for a lot of things. So
But
yeah, they're all
I don't know.
gone.
I don't know if I'd necessarily find it stale. Like I feel like they're good at their jobs. Like I, I don't know
Yeah,
what more you would really want out of a host. Like if you're just saying for the sake of versatility, like I suppose I could understand that, but I don't know. I don't find like any of those people like not entertaining.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting, right? Because like people say you want diversity or what, or like variety, I guess would be the better word there. Um, but it's like they're the best.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
I feel like you don't just give a host to like someone else for the sake of giving it to someone else.
yeah.
Because like
To
you don't. I mean, if it's a shit show, then everyone's just gonna be like, "Ah, why isn't Cheever hosting? Oh my god, why we need a more professional host? Like, why are we giving this person?" like,
I mean,
you
the thing
just
is that the only events that are going to hire different people are ones that are trying to save money. That's it.
yeah,
Like straight
yeah,
up. Like BTS is a good example. They have a bunch of different people hosting and casting that a lot of people have never heard of before. Why? Let's be blunt. They're cheaper. Like
yeah,
I'm just being honest. That's why a lot of events that are on the side they hire people that are not as well known. I personally think those events are important. Like you don't want every event to be a tier one event. You don't want everyone to be the same people over and over again
yeah.
in every event, right? Like, but the main staples, like the majors, the TIs, like all of them, like you're gonna have the Shivers and Owens and Fogs and Caps, like every single one. Like, you know why?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Cap wasn't at the Singapore major, but I think COVID makes things a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
Because like the travel restrictions and all that kind of stuff. But
I mean, I like even for talent, like it's just it's definitely difficult to like break into the scene when you're trying to get on the talent side or whatever. But that's just because our talent truly is just like everyone has their own shticks that they're like so good at, right? Like
yeah,
if you want to become talent now, like you have to either do better than what someone in the current talent lineup is doing, or like you have to do what they do better, basically, is what I'm saying.
or something that
Or
nobody's ever done
yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah. Or you have to, create your own idea of what talent needs to provide, and become really good at that. So, like I don't know, when people complain about talent, I'm just like, do better than them if you want new talent. Like I don't know what you want. Like they're all very good at their jobs.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the like I'm in an interesting spot, right? I don't think any of the talents really in the same spot as me, where it's like you're a streamer first and a talent second, right? Like most of them main talent work. That's like their
hmm
go-to thing.
Yeah.
So it's like a very weird spot for me because like theoretically, if I were to ever just never get hired as a talent, I think it would suck. Like I do enjoy doing like some tournaments here and there. I wouldn't be jobless or whatever. But these
Yeah.
other hosts, it's like, are you gonna make Sheever and Owen like not have a job because they're better than everyone else? Like, well, like what, like that just makes.
You guys are too good. Get out of here.
We don't want to invite you to everything, even though you're better than any other option we have. I know Owen specifically though, he doesn't like to cast finals all the time. He
Oh,
doesn't
really?
want to cast all the finals because he doesn't want to be taken for granted and like also like be the it's Owen casting again. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something you can totally do to casters. By the way, you can totally put them in the same spot over and over again, or put them with a bad matchup or something like that. That totally screws them. Like it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
totally be detrimental for like what panelists you put with what panelists
hmm
and stuff. Like I mean that one at TI8 TI9 there was like that one panel of like winter Lumi and like the what's the
Oh, I think
what's the other host's name or something? I don't remember exactly who it
I
was, but they were literally like
I
three of
think I
like the same
remember.
personalities,
I think I
right?
remember this panel.
Yeah, it was literally like the same three people, right? Like I'm saying, like
hmm
they all contribute similar things.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
like analysts, kind of dry, like not
Yeah.
perky, And it's like you can't have three people that are the exact same. Like it's not because they're bad. You literally just can't put them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's March. That's what it was. There's also
Yeah.
March on the
Yeah.
panel. Like you literally can't put that on a panel. Like you
I
can't have three slacks on a panel. You can't freaking do that.
I think I remember there being a cast kind of similar to that where it was like I think that it was a trio cast. It was like Purge, Gunner, and Febby or something, and just like
Oh,
Febby and Gunner were like so quiet, like they didn't talk that much. And Purge is like he's also an analyst, so just no one was like really doing shoutcasting at all in the games, and it's just like why are these three together? Like what? But like
yeah.
I don't dislike any of them. I think Gunner's super smart. I think Febby's super smart, and
Yeah,
I
go ahead
think
and cover
Purge
your
is like
ass. Go
really
ahead. Go
good.
ahead. Yep.
No, I'm being genuine, but it's just like when you take three people who do like the same thing, it's like why, why, why?
It's I mean, somebody's asking about like Ti without Miracle and the rest of Nigma. How is that not a topic? I mean, first off, dude, we got like 4 weeks until Ti's. We've got like infinite topics.
I'm sure we're gonna have like 3 TI
Yeah,
episodes or
yeah. I
something.
mean, yeah, that's like mainly what we're talking about, right? So I do think that it's interesting to see. Like, I mean, I played a pub with Miracle like 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, wow, this guy's not in Ti. He was like owning, like he was just fucking killing everybody, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, Miracle's not a Ti. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff's very interesting, but I personally that hasn't hit me yet. Like, I feel like I have to be at Ti or like watching Ti, and like that's when it's gonna hit me that like Kuroki is not there. You know, that for me is
Well, I mean,
what
it's
it's gonna
because we
take.
haven't had it. We skipped a year, right? So like, I feel like a lot of people have kind of forgotten what it's like to, watch TI or be in TI or, like you just be an analyst or what, I don't know exactly, panelist, analyst, whatever you're doing. I don't know. I don't even know if you know. But I feel like a lot of people just kind of forget what it feels like just watching the best of the best just compete for a very large prize pool because it really is just like so fun. And I mean, like people say that it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's definitely going to be weird not seeing Kuroki or just Nigma and players in general at TI. It's weird because they are TI winners. It would have been weird to not see OG at TI, but the DPC system is in place to get you know the best teams to TI and have some equal representation between regions. And like yes, EU was very stacked this year, but like it's not like there weren't opportunities. Like Nigma did not show up at the majors. They just didn't at all. And that's such a big reason for why they're not going to TI. OG didn't even make it to majors, and they won the TI qualifiers. Like
I
Nigma
mean,
had
to be
plenty of
fair,
chances.
they mooched off of an A. I mean, that's the reason why they were able to
True. I mean,
make
OG
it.
are only going to TI because the king is on their team.
I mean, I like the minute that they announced. Okay, so spoiler alert: I knew Sumail was on their team like a week or two before everyone else because I was there at the major, and that was like when I was getting signed by Liquid and everything. And I was like hanging out with the Liquid boys, and that was when Sumail was filling in for Liquid, and they were like talking about the fact that like if they don't qualify from the major itself, that likely their gatekeeper would be Sumail, who's like on their team in the same room.
I think I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, so it was like
funny,
a
though.
very interesting dynamic because then I saw them like slightly moping, obviously, with the day they lost the major. They didn't make it through the group stage. And they all enjoyed a lot playing with Sumail, so they're also like a bit sad that their time with Sumail's over. But they're
Yeah.
also just like all kind of like we're playing against Sumail for TI. Like,
Yeah. The something that's interesting to me because I do find this topic interesting because I see so many people complaining about like team or like just anywhere I go, any Dota stream I go, people are like, I can't believe this team and that team aren't going to TI. Like this is just unacceptable. And I'm just like, guys, Europe Europe had 4 slots for every major. Every single major. Well, okay, it was only 2 majors. There should have been ideally in a perfect DPC world, there's going to be 3 majors. I guarantee you they
I
would
mean,
have
look at
had.
what China did with those 4 slots, man.
Yeah, I know. China has what, 5 teams going or something?
They had 4 slots every tournament, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had 4 teams qualify from
Yes,
points.
and they have 5 teams qualified for TI. EU has
They have three.
1, 2,
Three
3.
teams.
Yes, they have 3.
Secret
So like,
and Alliance. So
yeah,
qualified
Secret
directly.
Alliance and OG. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, NA had 2 slots for both majors, and we have 3 teams going to TI as well. Like, it's not like Europe didn't have the opportunity to have more people at or more teams at TI. It's just they didn't show up at the majors. And like, if you go off of past TI invites, like before the DPC was even like public or whatever, those teams wouldn't have gotten invites off of their major performances to TI.
Yeah.
So it's like, they just don't deserve to be there. They weren't good enough this year, and that's fine. Everyone has like their off seasons or whatever. Every single team in any sport, any esport, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the
Wherever
fact of the
you
matter
look,
is nobody's entitled to get invited to TI.
yes. So like,
I don't care how many
the-
TIs you've won. I don't care how many you've been to.
none.
You know,
It matters
it's
if you're good enough
$45
right
million,
Yes.
dude. Like,
Like, that's
you
just
fucking earn
insane.
your spot, even if the system maybe like was arguably could have been optimized in some way. You
And
knew the
well,
system.
I'm sure.
It's been that
they
way for like
will
a year.
optimize it too.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure it
my
will
point.
too.
It's like, yeah, like it's. I don't know. All of the people are like, oh my god, Alliance shouldn't be at TI. Well, no, they should be at TI because they actually top 6 the major and did well in their fucking. Wait,
They
actually,
did not top 6 a major. No, they
no,
lost
no,
every
they-
single series.
No,
at the majors.
sorry. Alliance also shit the bed at majors, but they got first in their regional leagues or whatever.
They got first and second was what happened. They got second
yeah.
the first season and first the second season.
Yeah, which I mean, that's good. I mean, it's not like those are easy qualifiers. OG, Secret, Liquid, Tundra, like, who am I missing? There,
Did you say Nigma?
No, I did not say Nigma.
Okay.
So, but I mean, that's like 6 good teams, and Alliance's top 2ing both DPC leagues. That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, they did it completely legit too. That's like the best part about it too.
So yeah, I don't know. My point is, all of the teams at TI deserve it. All right, that I hate seeing people like preemptively shit on teams. Like, uh, at least let Alliance shit the bed at TI before people are calling for like Tundra to be in TI instead of Alliance. Like, I have seen that everywhere. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it in Twitch chats. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Tundra is so fun to watch. I want Tundra to be in TI. Did you see Alliance? They got last place in an online tournament right before TI. Oh my god, they're so bad at Dota." It's like, no. They deserve to be there. They worked their asses off. Like, give them some credit. Damn.
How do you really feel, monkeys?
I personally get so angry when I see people just like shit on teams for like no reason. And I'm like, sure, I get it. You're a fan of them. You want to see them like win or something, but like, they deserve the success they've achieved. Like, stop.
Do you know what fan is abbreviation for, monkeys?
What's that?
Like, do you know what the long word is for fan? Do you not know?
I don't know.
It stems from fanatic, dude.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like,
So fans are literally crazy by like definition.
Well,
So,
all right, I learned something
just
new
say-
today, BSJ.
There's
All right,
absolutely
all
nothing
right, all right,
logical.
sure. My bad. Everyone's insane. I should chill out. My fault.
Just saying, bro. That like if you are a diehard fan that's complaining your team didn't make it to TI, you're literally nuts. By definition.
I mean, all right. Now I know I'm a fanatic.
Yep.
Wait, does that mean Fnatic? Do I have to like root for Fnatic now at TI?
That wasn't funny at all. I'm not gonna smile. Not gonna laugh at that in the slightest. But yeah, so I do have the nice thing about these podcasts is that I do have a coaching session an hour after we start the podcast because otherwise I have no way of keeping you under wraps. So I do have a coaching session in a few minutes, so we do have to wrap it up here.
Right, that's okay. I know you secretly hate me, BSJ, and just can't stand our time together.
I only do this for the money.
Yeah, the fat wads we make. From
Yeah. So speaking of which, if you guys do want to support the podcast, you can type !Patreon, and there's a couple tiers in there where you can make sure you get your topics discussed if you would so like to choose. There's at least, I think, 30 people in the podcast Patreon, so we're kicking it pretty fucking hard there.
We're getting there.
We are getting there.
Especially now that we're doing like consistent podcasts on my holy shit, BSJ.
Yes, absolutely. We are pledging to do this every Monday. With maybe one every, so often missed. But in the past, we've been unreliable, but we will change that for the better. But yeah, we're also partnered with Prediction. I mentioned that at the start. This is twice as many times as I usually mention it. I'll also mention it at the end. The point is that you can find all of these podcast episodes on my second YouTube channel, !2ND YouTube. And you can also find them on Prediction, which you can see in the there, right above monkeys. Yeah, there. You see it up there. That's how you spell it. It's on Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. The audio versions are all there. That's where you can find us, guys. That's what we're going to try to be doing. We just shoot the shit about Dota. Talk about monkeys being a vegan and me being Chad, and that's about it. So, any closing remarks from you, monkeys?
Nope, you pretty much summed it up perfectly.
Nice, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And because I'm getting paid.
Of course, sorry.
Of course.
Wouldn't want to insinuate otherwise.
Shout out to those 30 people that make my time worth it. But yeah, man, I'll talk to you next week, okay?
Yeah,
See you, buddy.
Good. Have a good coaching session.
Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
See you.